Capital outflows from capital market have unnerved the stock markets and lead to a weakening of the rupee amid rising inflation across the globe. With the US Federal Reserve set to hike rates further, outflows are likely to continue putting pressure on Indian currency. Foreign portfolio investors, that is FPI, which around 19.5% of the market capitalization have pulled out 42,000 crore rupees in June so far, taking outflows to rupees 2,60,000 crore since October 2021. When the global economy took a hit, central bank across the world slashed the interest rate and announced liberal monetary policy. While this helped the economic recover and led to the higher consumption, and the surplus liquidity in the financial system leads to inflation. This is why central banks have started tightening the monetary policy and hiking the interest rates. In India, inflation surged to 8-year high of 7.79% in April, prompting the RBI to hike the repo rate by 90 basis points to 4.90%. How do FPI operate? In the time of global uncertainty, foreign investors embrace a risk of trade, meaning they move money from risky assets such as equities and add more bonds and golds. When interest rates rise in the US, other advanced economies, they withdraw money from emerging markets such as India and invest in bonds in the domestic market. How big are they in India? FPI are the largest non-promoter shareholders in Indian market, and their investment decisions have huge bearing on stock prices and overall direction of the market. Will the rupee will fall further? The rupee has continued to depreciate beyond the general expectation of gradual weakening, despite the RBI selling the dollars from its forex kitty to stabilize the currency. At current dollar rupee spot level, year-end forward pricing has moved above its projection of 79 per dollar by end of 2022, Bank of America Security Report said. Next article that we are moving into is related to MOBUS. This is all about Bhubaneswar Service, recipient of UN Public Service Award. MOBUS, the bus service of Odisha's capital region, Urban Transport Authority, has been recognized by United Nations as one of the 10 global recipients of its annual Public Service Award 2022, recognized for its role in promoting gender-responsive public service to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. The MOBUS was incorporated the real-time technologies like live tracking, travel planner, e-ticketing and e-rickshaw system has been introduced in the feeder service. Mo e-ride is estimated to reduce the population by 30 to 50%. More bus conductors are women, and 100% of more e-ride drivers are women and transgender people and the people from disadvantaged communities. Next article that we are moving into is related to Kalsa TV and its surrendered license in UK. Kalsa TV Limited surrendered its license to broadcast in UK on June 21 after investigation by country's media regulator found that its channel Kalsa TV has breached the broadcasting rules with the Khalistani propaganda. Why did this Kalsa TV surrender the license? Means Ofcom found that they promote violence, including murder, such as an acceptable and necessary form of action to further the Khalistani cause. That is the reason. Next one is Goa's Sojo Festival. Why revelers jump into wells and ponds? Let us see in detail. As in every monsoon, Catholics in Goa will celebrate the Sojo Festival of Saint John Baptist. Gomot means percussion instrument, a boat festival serving of feni and a place of pride for news and son-in-laws. What is Sojo? In Goa, Catholics celebrate all feast of Roman Catholic Church, which included 24th June on the feast of Saint John the Baptist, who had baptized Jesus Christ on River Jordan. What does the jumping into water body symbolize? Boys are found merrily jumping into waters to commemorate the leap of joy, which Saint John is said to have taken in the womb of his mother, Saint Elizabeth, when Virgin Mary visited her. Revelers wear the copal, crown of the fruits, flowers and leaves, parade in villages, often will hop from one place to another as they chant Sojos, Viva Sojo. Next, what other festivals takes place means Sojo traditional boat festival started in 1992 and is held in front of Saint Anthony's Church in village, now also pin code of many upscale properties. Sun god means which means union, unity and junction. What is the importance assigned to new son-in-laws? Sojo is an occasion for the family and the villagers to get to know their newly-wed daughter's husband better. Next article is all about non-English content moderation, meta oversight, board flags lack of investigation. Flagging concerns over inadequate investment in moderating content in language other than English. Oversight board of social company Meta has appointed out a small number of users appeal from India and other non-English majority countries that the advisory group received. In its first annual report, the board noted that almost half of the appeals came from US and Canada, while only 2.4% came from Central and South Asia. A lower number of users appeal from outside Europe and US and Canada would also indicate that many of those using Facebook and Instagram in the rest of the world are not aware they can appeal Meta's content moderation decisions to the board. If anything, we have reason to believe that users in Asia, Africa, Middle East experience more, not fewer problems with the Meta's platform other than other part of the world. Next article is mandatory e-way bill for gold said to be on GST Council table. In a measure that will help curtail the revenue loss from tax evasion on gold and precious stones under GST regime, GST Council will discuss a proposal to implement a mandatory e-bill system for infrastructure movement of such a high value items with a minimum threshold of 2 lakh. Mandatory invoicing for B2B transaction by all taxpayers applying gold and precious stones having annual aggregate turnover around 20 crore. GOM had suggested that states should be allowed to decide the modalities between the above the imposition of the e-way bill for intra-state movement of gold and precious stone within their state. It also suggested that any amount including or above this amount as minimum threshold for generation of e-way bill for intrastate movement of gold and precious stones in their state. The council will also discuss the rate hike suggestion from fitment committee for items ranging from cut and polished diamonds, 1.5% from 0.25%, tetra packs that is 18% from 12%, and rate cut for ostomy appliances including waterproof pouch for collecting waste from the body nil from 12%. The rate rationalization measures under GST are being considered as a compensation regime under which the states offer the compensation for revenue losses below the guaranteed compounded 14% comes to an end in June after 5 years for rollout of the indirect tax regime. This is what the economy article is all about. If you like the video, please do share, like, comment and subscribe. Have a great day.